Okay, so you want to know about AEO on TikTok?
Yeah, AEO. That's right.
Smart move. It's not just like hopping on the latest trends.
No, absolutely not.
It's about being that go-to source for answers.
Yes, exactly.
Right on their For You page.
And what's so cool about AEO is that you're not just kind of like throwing content out into the void, you know?
Right.
You're really being strategic about positioning your videos to be the answer to questions
that people are looking for.
Even if they don't realize they're searching.
Right.
It's fascinating, actually.
It is. It's almost like we're kind of predicting the future of what people want to know.
Yeah.
But before we even get there, how do we even start to try to figure out what TikTok wants?
Oh, well, that is the question, isn't it?
Right.
The algorithm is such a mystery, right? It's a total black box.
You're right.
But we can make some good guesses based on what we've seen work. And one thing's for sure, TikTok loves to see people interacting, not just likes, you know. Comments, shares, watch time. That's gold.
Oh, so basically, if I'm just starting out and I don't have, a huge following, am I kind of doomed?
No, not at all.
That's
what makes TikTok so exciting.
Okay.
Because unlike other platforms where, you need 1 million followers just to get noticed, TikTok really prioritizes the content itself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's all about the relevance.
Oh, interesting.
The algorithm's always like testing videos, trying to find that perfect match.
So it's not really about who's the loudest. It's more about like who's saying the right thing at the right time.
The right language.
They're the right people.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. So just like with learning any language, we have to start with the basics, right?
Basic
keywords.
Keywords, yeah.
Now, in traditional SEO, we think keywords, what people are typing into Google. But how does that work with TikTok? It's all about short videos and vibes.
Yeah, think of keywords as that bridge, right?
Okay.
Between what people are interested in and the content that you're making.
Okay. And
on TikTok, it's often hashtags.
Oh, okay.
Spend a little time on that Discover tab. You'll see what's trending. Those are your keywords.
Oh, okay. So if I'm making a video about, let's say, sourdough bread, I wouldn't just use like the hashtag bread or sourdough.
No, you got to be more specific.
Right.
You want to capture those nuances.
Okay.
Think sourdough starter tips.
Yeah.
Or perfect sourdough crust, or even like baker life for that broad appeal.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, it's a great idea to check out what's working for other people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kind of like a free masterclass, right?
Really.
Seeing what they're using.
Yeah, understanding the language of your niche. And you know what? Dedicated TikTok keyword tools, they're still coming along.
Right.
But you can use the broader SEO tools.
Yeah.
That can give you some really great insights.
To see what people are searching for on other platforms.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our keywords.
Okay.
How do we actually use them?
Well, let's talk captions.
Okay.
They're not just a space to describe your video.
Right.
It's prime real estate to put those keywords in there.
Okay, so like in our sourdough example, instead of just saying, baking sourdough today, I can say, sharing my top 3 tips for a perfectly bubbly sourdough starter.
Yes.
And then hashtag.
Hashtag sourdough starter tips.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag baker life.
Okay, so now I'm speaking TikTok's language.
You got it.
Okay.
Not only have you used the keywords, but you've also asked a question. And that's how you get people to interact.
Oh.
That's how you signal to the algorithm that your content is good.
Like a little secret handshake?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I know the rules.
Right. But can you use too many keywords?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You don't want to be spammy, right?
Right.
Strategic, not spammy.
Okay, strategic. I like that. Okay, what about making your own hashtag?
Ooh, branded hashtag.
Yeah, like I've seen other creators doing that.
That's a fantastic way to build community. So imagine if everybody used your sourdough tips, they use your branded hashtag.
Okay.
You suddenly have this hub for everything sourdough.
Okay. I like that. That's good. So captions and hashtags, we've got that.
Check.
Now let's talk about the video content.
Yeah, the heart of it.
Yeah.
Because, the best keywords won't save a boring video.
That's true.
Think about it. What makes you stop scrolling?
A good hook. Something that makes me laugh. Something that makes me curious.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But how do I do that if I'm, trying to answer a specific question about, sourdough? It kind of seems a little dry.
But it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Educational content can be so entertaining.
Okay.
Think like fast-paced editing. Great visuals.
Okay.
Maybe even a little humor in your voiceover.
So it's about finding that balance, right?
Yeah, sweet spot.
Sweet spot. There it is.
Between giving them the information.
Right.
But also keeping it fun.
Oh, okay.
And don't forget storytelling.
Even in a short video.
Especially in a short video.
What do you mean?
Oh, so instead of just like listing the steps, take them on a journey.
Oh, okay.
Show them like, this starter.
Right.
Going from this bubbly blob to a beautiful loaf of bread.
Okay.
Let them experience it with you.
So they'll stick around.
They'll stick around.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we've got our keywords.
Yes.
Got our captions.
Yes.
Got our engaging video.
Yes.
What's the last piece here to make this all work?
Engagement.
Engagement.
Think of it like you're having a conversation, right? You wouldn't just talk at somebody and walk away.
Right.
You'd listen to what they have to say.
Right.
Ask questions. Keep that conversation flowing.
Okay, so on TikTok, that means responding to comments,
yes,
asking questions in my videos, and using, those interactive features like polls,
questions, all of that.
Okay, so get people talking.
Exactly.
But it's not just about getting likes and comments.
That's not.
It's really about building like a connection with your audience.
A real, genuine connection.
Okay, so how do we see this in action?
Yeah.
What are some like real world examples?
How-to videos are a classic. They answer questions using keywords.
Okay.
Take like a tutorial on how to revive a dead starter.
Okay.
Informative, engaging, searchable.
Gotcha. What about all the trends, like the sounds and the challenges and stuff?
Trends.
Yeah, should we be like hopping on all of those?
It can boost your visibility. But it has to be authentic to you.
Okay.
Don't force it.
Right.
If it doesn't fit,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay, so make it your own.
Make it your own.
Like instead of just, doing the dance trend, you could do like a sourdough version.
Oh, I like that.
Right. Use your dough whisk as a prop.
There you go.
Okay, so be creative.
Creative.
Stand out, but be relevant.
Yes, and don't forget duets and stitches.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic way to engage with other creators, reach new people.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all like works together.
Yeah.
But it still seems like a lot.
It is a lot.
Where do we even begin?
Well, first, you got to understand AEO and how it works on TikTok.
Okay.
And then you got to experiment.
Right.
Have fun with it.
Okay.
Find what works for you.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So be curious, experiment.
Yes.
Have fun.
Most importantly.
Okay, I think that's a good place to maybe take a little pause. Catch our breath.
Sounds good.
We'll dive into more of this after a quick break.
Great.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be right back. It's funny, a lot of people, they get so intimidated by this whole AEO thing.
Right.
But it's really not that complicated.
It's not. I think it's like having a roadmap, right?
Oh yeah, roadmaps.
You don't just start driving without knowing where you're going.
Exactly. AEO helps you get there to your audience.
But the algorithm's always changing, right?
Always changing.
So doesn't that mean our roadmap's always got to be updated?
That's a really good point.
Right.
It's not like set it and forget it,
Right.
You got to keep monitoring, keep adjusting.
So how do we stay like ahead of the curve?
Well, you got to stay informed, be flexible.
Okay.
Keep an eye on the industry news,
right.
Connect with other creators, see what's working for them.
So it's kind of like being a detective, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Always looking for clues.
Trying to solve the TikTok mystery.
Right. Okay. So we've got to be detectives, but beyond all that technical stuff, there's one thing we haven't really talked about.
What's that?
Authenticity.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Right, because it's easy to get caught up in all the numbers and the strategy.
Right, the technical side.
But TikTok is a social platform.
It's about connecting with people, with humans.
Yeah, and people can smell a fake a mile away.
Oh yeah.
Right? So if you're not, if you're not being genuine, if you don't care about your audience,
it shows.
It definitely shows.
So how do you balance, being strategic with also being authentic?
It's finding that sweet spot.
Right.
Using AEO to understand your audience, amplify your message.
But always stay true to yourself.
Okay. And speaking of connecting with your audience,
yeah,
one of the best ways to do that is storytelling.
Storytelling, even on TikTok.
Even in these short videos.
Yes.
Okay.
Because stories, they captivate us. Mm-hmm. They inspire us.
Okay.
And they make information stick.
So instead of just like listing off sourdough tips,
right,
I should be telling a story.
Tell a story.
Like maybe a sourdough disaster.
Ooh, I love that. People love that, yeah.
Right.
The relatable experience.
It makes you human.
Exactly.
What about using like, music and editing?
Oh yeah, for sure.
To help tell the story.
Those are key elements.
Okay.
Think of it like you're making a little mini movie. Mm-hmm. You can use music to set the mood.
Okay.
Quick cuts to keep things exciting.
Right.
Slow motion to really highlight things.
Even text on the screen can help.
Text. Yeah.
Right. Keep people engaged.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay. So we've got our AEO strategy.
Yes.
We're being authentic.
Yes.
We're telling stories.
Yes.
We're engaging.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What are we missing?
Community.
Okay.
TikTok isn't just about putting your content out there.
Right.
It's about connecting with people.
Okay.
Who have similar interests.
Uh-huh.
Building relationships.
It's collaborating.
Collaboration, yes.
It's like a virtual town square.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Where people can come together.
Share ideas. Support each other.
Right. So how do we leverage that?
Well, we talked about branded hashtags.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a great way to bring people together,
mm-hmm.
but go beyond just creating the hashtag.
Okay.
Participate.
Okay.
Respond to comments.
Right.
Engage with other people's stuff.
Uh-huh.
Do duets. Do stitches.
Okay.
Be an active member of the community.
So it's like I'm throwing a sourdough party.
I love that analogy.
Right, and everybody's invited.
Everyone's invited to bake along.
And as the host, I want to make everybody feel welcome.
Yes, make them feel welcome.
So respond to their comments, give shout outs.
Show them I care.
Show them you care.
Right.
Building community, it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes effort.
Okay.
It's not an overnight thing.
So be patient. Be consistent and be authentic.
That's it.
And those are the ingredients for a great TikTok community.
Yes.
Speaking of ingredients, how do we measure all this stuff?
Oh, the data.
The data. It can be overwhelming.
It can.
Where do we even start?
TikTok analytics dashboard is your best friend.
It is.
It is. It gives you all the insights, video views, watch time, engagement rate, followers, all of it.
But what do we do with all those numbers? Well, first, don't get overwhelmed.
Right.
Focus on the ones that matter to you.
Okay.
What are your goals?
So if my goal is to build a community, then I need to pay attention to followers and engagement.
Exactly.
If I want to get people to my website, I got to track those clicks.
Wait a minute.
Okay. So it's like a report card.
It is like a report card.
From my content.
It tells you what you're doing well.
Okay.
And what you can improve.
But even with all that data, it feels like the algorithm's always like one step ahead.
Well, the truth is nobody has all the answers.
Right.
But that's part of what makes TikTok so exciting. Mm-hmm. It keeps us on our toes.
So it's not about finding that magic formula.
No.
It's about being on the journey.
It's about the journey.
Right.
Yeah.
Experimenting, learning, adapting.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've covered a lot.
We have.
We talked about keywords, hashtags,
authenticity, storytelling,
community.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
But remember, AEO on TikTok, it's not a destination.
No.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
And it's a journey best traveled with a sense of adventure.
Yes.
Willingness to experiment.
Absolutely.
And a genuine desire to connect with people.
Connect with people. That's what it's all about.
Okay. I think that's a great place to maybe take a pause.
Okay.
And we'll be right back after this.
Okay. So we're back. And I think we have to talk about some of the myths and the misconceptions.
The AEO myths, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's hard to know what to believe sometimes.
Right.
So let's try to clear some of that up.
Right.
What's one of the biggest myths that you hear out there?
I think the biggest one is that AEO is all about manipulating the algorithm.
Oh yeah, like it's some kind of cheat code.
Exactly, like you can just trick it.
That go viral.
Yeah, instant viral success.
Right. But we know it doesn't really work that way.
No, it's not about tricking the system. It's about understanding it.
Okay.
Working with it.
Okay, working with it, not against it.
Exactly.
Okay. What's another one?
Another big one is that you need a ton of followers to make AEO work.
Oh, yeah. I definitely felt that way when I was starting out.
It's a common feeling.
Yeah, like I was just talking to nobody.
But remember, TikTok cares about the content.
Right. The relevance.
The relevance, yes.
It's not about the quantity.
It's about quality.
It's about reaching the right people.
Exactly.
Okay. So a smaller audience, that's engaged.
Can be more valuable.
Can be even better.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. What about keyword stuffing?
Oh, keyword stuffing, yeah.
Is that a thing on TikTok?
It's definitely a thing, and it's not a good thing.
Okay.
It's when people try to cram in as many keywords as they can.
Even if they don't make sense?
Even if they're totally irrelevant.
So it just looks like spam.
It looks spammy, yeah.
Right.
The algorithm can see right through it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just use a few good keywords.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly.
Okay. And I guess the big takeaway here is that there's no magic formula.
There really isn't.
All right.
What works for one person might not work for another.
So you really have to experiment.
Figure
out what works for you.
Find what works for you, yeah.
And your audience.
And your audience, that's key.
Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this whole AEO on TikTok thing, what's the one thing you really want our listener to remember?
I think the most important thing is that AEO is a tool. It's not a magic solution.
Right.
It can help you, but it's not going to do all the work for you.
Right. So we still need good content.
Yes, absolutely.
We need to connect with our audience.
Genuine connection.
Yeah, and be passionate.
Passion is key.
About what we're making.
Yeah, if you don't care about it, nobody else will.
Right. And you know what? Have fun.
Have fun, yes.
This is supposed to be fun.
It's TikTok. It's supposed to be fun.
Right.
Enjoy it.
So experiment. Explore.
See what happens.
You never know where it might lead.
That's right.
Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive.
This was great.
Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for joining me.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And to our listener, we'll see you next time.